Well, the Jays don't lose to Blake Snell. However, they do lose 4-3 to the Tampa Bay Rays. And at the very least, they won a game in the series. They lose this one, and the series is now tied up at 1 apiece, as the final game of the season for the Toronto Blue Jays is tomorrow afternoon, as the Blue Jays wrapped up their campaign. And obviously we hear about Russell Martin, who's going to be managing the team tomorrow. Gibby's last game managed as a Toronto Blue Jay was today. Very, very big one for him. Couldn't go out on a win, in total, but he went out on a win at home. That's what you want to see from John Gibbons. But the story about today was Ryan Brucke was getting the start in his final outing of the season, facing the Tampa Bay Rays for, I think, the third or fourth time, not too sure exactly. He was good early on, but ran into some trouble there in the 6th and 7th inning. He went 6 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 strikeouts, and walked 3. Not really what you want to see from Ryan Brucke. He raises ERA to 3.87, but that is where it ends the year, at 3.87 for Ryan Brucke, which, in hindsight, for a rookie who has thrown a total of, 97 2/3 innings and a 3.87 ERA, not bad for Ryan Brucke. You go into the offseason on a great note for him. He's pitched very well since coming up from AAA Buffalo. Now you look to go into the offseason, look to improve, come back in spring, do your thing, and get into next year and get better. That's all we're looking for from Ryan Brucke. But it started off pretty well for the darn Blue Jays in this one. As the Blue Jays get to Blake Snell early on, he can't find the strike zone. And with the bases loaded and 1 away, Rowdy Tellez drives the ball to the gap. Malik Smith, though, runs it down, but it is a sacrifice fly. Jays score the 1 run, and they're up 1-0 against Blake Snell. Bottom 2, however, C.J. Cron on the 3-0 pitch crushes a home run to right field, his 30th dinger of the year, and that ties the game. Top 6, however, Teoscar Hernandez absolutely plasters this baseball to deep left field, his 22nd home run of the year on a 1-1 pitch, 440 feet. Was it 440 estimated distance. That is ridiculous. He crushed that ball, and that put the Jays up 2-1. Problem, next half inning. Lowe hits a single to center field. Tommy Pham comes in to score, and they're tied. Bottom 7, Austin Meadows hits a home run. And then a few batters later, Malik Smith singles to left field. Velasquez comes in to score. And that is the end of Ryan Brucke's night. You know what? It's a tough one there in that 7th inning, guys. I know this team, it was getting close, but Tim Mesa gave up that single in that 7th inning. You really wanted him to get that batter and end that inning, but he could not do so. And that pretty much is all she wrote. The Jays try and get something back, though. Top 9, Reese McGuire. It's a home run to right field, his 2nd home run of the season. 2nd home run in as many days for Reese McGuire. And that cuts the lead to 4-3. But that's all she wrote, as the Jays lose, like I said, 4-3 to the Tampa Bay Rays. Now let's break down specifics here. A lot of young ones in the lineup today. John Birdie, he goes 1 for 4 in the ball game. He leads off the game with a base hit, an infield single. His speed, though, he's got some wheels, that guy. I think he's about 28 years old, but man, he can boogie down the line. Ledmus Diaz was 1 for 2. He also walked twice. Grichuk 1 for 3 with a walk as well. Ledmus Diaz, guys, hitting .266 in the year with a .306 on base. He has done a terrific job for this team. Tellez goes 0 for 3, but he does get the RBI on the sacrifice fly. Teoscar Hernandez 1 for 2 with a home run, and he also walked once as well. Where are we here? Reese McGuire with the 1 hit, but really, this team only had 5 hits in the game. So they really haven't done much offense in the last couple of games, but they've found ways to get the job done. You know, you go to the last game against the Tampa Bay, oh no, excuse me, it wasn't that game. It was, where was it? The 3-1 win against Houston, where they only had 3 hits and 3 runs. Today, you had 3 runs, but you only had the 5 hits. You're not going to win a whole lot of games like that. We've already talked about Ryan Brucke's outing, and now we're going to go to Tim Mesa, who got 1 out after the hit that he gave up, and his ERA drops to 3.28 on the year. And David Paulino, the player, one of the players the Jays acquired in the Roberto Osuna trade, he went an inning, gave up a hit, walked the batter, struck out a guy, no runs earned for him. His ERA drops to 1.35 as a Toronto Blue Jay. Again, only in 6 2/3 innings, but very nice to see from, because you guys look at it. Ken Giles has been good for the team. David Paulino, in very, very limited sample size, has been pretty good. And they're both under the age of 30 years of age. You know, and they have control for years and years. And then the Jays also got Hector Perez, what happened there? The Jays also got Hector Perez, who's in Double-A New Hampshire. He looks to be a guy that you look on to possibly go to Triple-A next year. I don't know if they'll give him that chance, or maybe he'll stay in Double-A to start the season and kind of go from there. But that's really the wrap-up for that game, guys. There's really not a whole lot to talk about when it comes to that. The finale of the series goes tomorrow afternoon, 3:10 first pitch. Guys, that'll be uploaded later on tomorrow night. As Evan, I will be at Evans after work doing the podcast. So there you go, guys. Podcast will be uploaded tomorrow night, guys. Just a heads up there. So the Jays video will be uploaded later than we're used to, but it will be tomorrow. I can promise you guys that. Sam Gaviglio looks like he's getting the start. Marco Estrada is done for the Toronto Blue Jays. And it looks like Sam Gaviglio, he's probably not going to go a full outing, though, because he pitched not too long ago. He's in a short outing. So he'll probably go, 4 innings, 3 innings, depending on how he does. And then the bullpen will take it the rest of the way because it is the last game of the season for the Toronto Blue Jays. I know a lot of Jays fans, including myself, good riddance. This season is done. I mean, it has been a roller coaster ride. We'll talk more about that kind of stuff tomorrow, though, guys. I mean, the future is bright. We know a lot of the pieces that are coming up, and we've seen some of them, and a lot of them look very, very promising. Rowdy Tellez looks good. Reese McGuire has shown some promising signs. Danny Jansen's shown some good things. Thomas Pannone showing some all right things. Ryan Barucki's been the most consistent out of all those guys. Sean Reid-Foley, you see the stuff. He's just got to work a little bit more. You know, guys, it's coming. We just got to be patient with it. The Houston Astros were patient for many, many years, and look what they got. They got a World Series ring and possibly going for another one this year. So we just got to take our time, breathe, let it happen, and just pray that it all works in the end, because that's really all we can do, all right? So you know what, guys, that is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys did not enjoy the loss today. Smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below, guys. What'd you think of the game? Who were you impressed with? Who did you not like? I want to hear what you guys have to say about Reese McGuire, Rowdy Tellez, Teoscar Hernandez, Ryan Barucki, and what'd you think of his first season as a Toronto Blue Jay, even though it wasn't a full year? But what'd you think of his young year as a Toronto Blue Jay? I want to hear what you guys have to say about all that stuff. And Evan and I will talk to you guys tomorrow night, podcast edition. Link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes, guys. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition. I'll talk to you guys Raptors edition later on. I'll be doing the Leafs one next because both the Leafs and the Jays lost, so we'll end off on a high note. We'll talk, guys, Raptors edition as they beat the Portland Trail Blazers in their first game of the preseason. We saw some Kawhi Leonard, and it was a lot of fun watching him play out there. We'll talk about that. And we'll talk to you guys Leafs edition as the Leafs lost 5-1 to the Detroit Red Wings, but they end their preseason 6-2. And both 2 losses were basically the Marlies out there. So put in perspective, the NHL roster looked very good in the preseason, but now it's go time. And as for the Blue Jays, guys, we wrap up the 2018 season tomorrow evening, or I guess it would be technically tomorrow afternoon, but the video will be out tomorrow night. It's a 3:10 first pitch at Tropicana Field. Sam Gaviglio on the mound for the Blue Jays. Probably another bullpen day for the Tampa Bay Rays in the final game of the regular season. It's been a long grind for this fan base, for these Jays fans, but we did it. We're through it. Now let's look forward to a very interesting offseason. We'll talk about that in the next video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll talk to you guys then.